It is Tuesday, July 29th, 12:06 a.m. And I know I should be in bed because I gotta get up at 6:30 in the morning, but I'm not. So, I had something happen today that happens to me a lot, and I usually just ignore it and move on. Some of you may not know. Most of you who are in my inner circle know that I am hearing impaired. I lost a significant amount of my hearing when I was 24 years old, and I've worn bilateral hearing aids since, one on each ear. I'm pretty much totally deaf in my left ear. I have moderate to severe loss in my right, and my left ear has tinnitus in it really bad, and so it rings all the time. And hearing aids at least pipe some kind of sound in to try to mask the tinnitus so I don't go crazy. So I've been dealing with hearing loss for 40 years almost. And I know I have a good voice. I know that when people look at me and talk to me and I tell them I'm hearing impaired, they think I'm crazy and I'm making it up. And most of the time when I am humiliated or treated really badly, I just let it go. I don't say a lot. Once in a while I do, but most of the time I don't. And today I was at the drive-thru at Walgreens, and I go to this Walgreens drive-thru because there's a great big window and you can see the person you should be able to see the person that's talking to you through the window. And most of the time the techs are nice because I'm doing the drive-through pharmacy. Most of the time they're nice. I just say, hey, could you come to the window if they're away from it and let me see your face so I can read your lips if I can't understand them, because sometimes the drive-through speaker is just crap and I don't know why. So most of the time everybody's nice. Come over and look at me and talk and we get our business done. Today I pulled up, the drive-through speaker was a mess, and the girl was had her phone nowhere near where I could hear her, and I couldn't see her. And so I said, ma'am, do you mind coming over to the window? So I'm hearing impaired and I can read your lips if you'll just look at me. And she just kind of huffed in the phone really loud, and you could hear that. And she repeated what she said again without coming to the window. And so I said, ma'am, I need to be able to read your lips. Please come to the window so I can see your face. So she reluctantly comes to the window and has the phone covering her damn mouth. And so I said, ma'am, would you please move the phone down just a little bit so I can see your lips? I need to read your lips. She rolled her eyes at me, gave me a go-to-hell look, and repeated very flippantly what she had been saying the whole time. I answered her question and I said, thank you, and please come to the window to communicate with me until we get this transaction done, because I can't hear you on the speaker. So she walks off. Then she starts saying something to me a few minutes later, and I don't know what she's saying. And I said, ma'am, please come to the window. I'm hearing impaired. I need to be able to read your lips. I say this over and over again. It's like 3 or 4 different times before we finally get this transaction done. And every time she's just being more flippant and more rude to me. And so I finally got my stuff that I needed. And by the time I got through all that, I really just wanted to cry. Because the lady in the lane next to me could see what she was doing, and I could see her face, and she's just looking at me and throwing her hands at my mouth to me. This is just wrong. And so, I was humiliated, all because this chick didn't think that I really couldn't hear. And so I got home and I still had questions about some medication that I had gotten for my husband because it was new. So I called back to talk to the pharmacist, and while I got the information I needed, and I said, by the way, here's what happened. I don't appreciate being humiliated like that. There was no reason for it. All she needed to do was come to the window, move her phone, so I could see her mouth. I'm not making this up. I promise you, if I could make myself hear, I would. And I would appreciate it if you would school her on dealing with people with disabilities. And this chick flipped off on me and said, we don't school anybody here. And I'm trying to tell her, I don't know what you think I just said, and she hung up on me. School to me means train, retrain. So I don't know what her attitude problem was, but this is an everyday normal occurrence for me. Somebody gets flippant with me because they think I'm faking that I really can hear, and I'm lying about it. I promise you, I can't hear. I do the best I can with hearing aids, but hearing aids don't replace natural hearing. If I go stand in the line at the pharmacy, I've got somebody on their cell phone engrossed in a conversation that nobody else needs to hear. I've got somebody rattling bags. I've got the clickety-clack of something else. I've got the air conditioner blowing. Somebody over here talking, kids running, and my brain, because I have hearing loss, I don't know how to filter. And the best hearing aids in the world don't filter everything out. And then if I have to say to the pharmacy tech or the pharmacist who's trying to talk to me and turns their back, would you please turn back around so that I can read your lips? They get pissed at me. Well, I'm sorry. I have a good speaking voice because I didn't lose my hearing until I was in my 20s. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. I think I've done damn good. I learned Spanish with hearing loss so well that they wanted me to major in Spanish in my undergrad. That's how good I've done. And I am to the point that when I am out in public and people start humiliating me and treating me like crap because I ask for some accommodation because I'm hearing impaired, I'm not going to be nice when they start humiliating me. I'm going to speak up for myself. And newsflash, if you want to go out with me, you better understand that and you better back me up. Otherwise, just don't go with me. Because I'm tired of being ridiculed and humiliated for asking for something I need. It's not something I make up. I really do have hearing loss. And I'm tired of feeling like I have to prove it. I've even had people try to test me, thinking I'm stupid, I don't know the tests they're playing. You do that, I will confront you from now on. Because I should not be treated like that. You've been warned. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to suck it up and be nice. And God forbid you're with me, don't tell me to be nice. You'll be pouring gasoline on a fire. Because I'm going to stick up for myself from now on. And if you don't stick up for me and you don't have my back in it, then maybe you don't need to go anywhere with me. That's just the way I feel right now. Because I got home and wanted to cry. I shouldn't be subjected to that. If I had a disability you could see, I would be treated so much differently. But because my disability is invisible, I am treated like crap. That's not fair. It's wrong. It is wrong. And I'm not going to stand for it anymore. You know what? I'm worth more than that today. So, I love my family. I love my friends. This isn't anything about anybody on my Facebook. My friends on Facebook. It's not about you. It's about jerks out in the public. They want to be jerks to me. They're going to get you. You mess with me, you're going to get the storm. Because I'm going to stand up for me from now on. So, anyways, I just needed to say that. Have a good night, everybody.